So for the past few months, I've been building a roguelike, but instead of your typical dungeons and magic, the entire game is themed around cells. You play as a cell traveling through cell planets and traversing into different cell clusters, fighting deadly infections, unlocking new cells and new abilities. This is Cellular Sorcery, and while I have much work to do, I'm excited to share it all with you. I just want to mention now that everything you see is a work in progress. Cellular Sorcery is a 3D roguelike that you can play by yourself or with your friends. Each run takes place in an infinite procedural world made up of different cell clusters. Each cluster has its own visual theme, enemies, boss, and unlockable abilities. When a player defeats a boss, they unlock new abilities that can be equipped in their future runs. One thing that I wanted to do differently with this was commit completely to the cellular theme. I wanted the world to feel like a living system and not just a static environment. But this idea goes way beyond just the environment. Instead of your traditional health systems, taking damage builds up pressure. When pressure builds up too much, your cell will pop. Everything in the game tries to reinforce the idea that you're exploring and fighting within a living world. Abilities and upgrades are an essential part of the game. Some fire projectiles, some manipulate movement, and others create area of effect. During a run, you gain experience by fighting enemies. As you gain experience, you level up, and you get granted upgrades that could be applied to your cell. Over time, your build starts to change dramatically depending on the upgrades you choose, which influences the way you play in a fun and dynamic way. Enemies in the game will represent different types of infections: bacteria, viruses, parasites, and more. And one system I'm really excited about is the enemy mutation. As your player gets stronger during the run, enemies will also, over time, grow stronger as well. This can either be your typical stat boost, or a unique mutation that changes the behavior of the enemies themselves. As I mentioned, the world is infinitely and procedurally generated, but there is a clear path for players to traverse. When players defeat the cluster boss, a zipline spawns along with a new cluster to fight your way through. I'm also experimenting with more interesting dynamic gameplay avenues, such as generating unique cell planets after defeating a boss, or offering shops, unique bosses, teleporters, puzzles, and more. I started working on this game because I love roguelikes and the feeling of intensity as yourself and your enemies get stronger over time. Right now, the game is fully playable, but there's still a lot left for me to do. Some of which are replacing all placeholder menus and art, creating a player profile system, creating more enemy types and bosses' unique mechanics, finishing the mutation system, creating more enemies, abilities, clusters, and creating dynamic gameplay, fixing bugs, and optimizing. My goal is to release the game on Steam in the near future. I plan on sharing development progress here on YouTube as I keep on building it. This is the first time I've ever showed this game publicly, and I'm excited to see what everyone thinks of it and where it goes. If you have any ideas, feedback, or things you'd like to see in the game, please let me know in the comments. I'm excited to hear your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching.